Hello.
Hi. Y'all ready to game?
As ready as we can be.
Yes.
Where's the enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Between the two groups of goblins, the giant badgers, the living water, and the visions within the sand, the group has experienced several dangers within Martyr's Hollow, with assuredly more to come. Wolfram, you stand admiring the view through the glass windows of the watchtower, despite a slight tightness in your chest. You can pretty easily concur that this tightness is likely due to the height of the tower and the curse of the hollow. I want to take a quick look inside your head, Wolfram. What is going on? What is going through your head after the event so far?
Honestly, there's a lot of feeling like there's no turning back, especially with the physical, sensation that Wolfram's feeling right now at the top of the tower. But more so kind of hoping that he made the right choice to be down here. You know what I mean? So far we've seen nothing that really speaks to him to satisfy his purpose for coming here. And even though we're barely, scratching the surface, it still seems weirdly, devoid of any evidence. In fact, I would say that there's evidence to the contrary with the sand circle that we had, the sand wheel, which didn't seem to be speaking, from what I could tell, towards Pharasma at all. It seemed even more ancient, despite this place being rather new. Quite bizarre that there'd be evidence of, of some sort of civilization's writings with all the etchings and markings and everything, despite there being no evidence of them whatsoever beyond this visage thing that we're in right now, which I assume is more modern, and the ruins across the water. That's what's going through his head. What's the deal?
Alrighty. As you were sort of thinking about this, as you look outside of the Watcher's visage, you notice a change small enough that you think you may have hallucinated it. But on further inspection, you notice that there has been a slight shift in lighting outside. Not as drastic as the last time it happened. If you had to sort of guess by, where the sun is now, or where the shadows are now pointing, it was only about an hour had passed from around 3 o'clock to now around 4.
Well, that's weird. I wonder if these same changes are being felt on Galarian, outside of the Hollow. I wonder if it's even the same celestial bodies.
Next to you walks up Ellie. So you think the celestial bodies might be different? Surely it's the same stars and skies that, the others are seeing up on the surface.
Well, how long have you been down here?
He puts his finger to his chin and thinks about it for a second. Oh, if I had to put it to time, little over a year now?
How long have these... You saw that, right?
Saw...
The
What?
The things move? The time change, the sun change its position? Suddenly and not slowly?
He's giving you a look right now.
How long have I been standing here?
Just a couple of minutes.
Huh? I'm gonna give the look back. Exact same look. This person is crazy.
He shakes his head and looks possibly to anybody else who might be in the area. It's like, well, are you all planning on heading out?
Yes, we were going to continue to make our way towards one of those two landmarks you pointed out to us. Just waiting to hear back from the other group that came down before us.
Oh, perfect. Well, in any case, I've already stocked you up on supplies and the sort, so unless there's anything else you need, of course you can take any more time that you would like to take. I'm sure you all have things you must do.
So you didn't notice anything? No change? No, nothing? Because man, if you had seen that for over a year, stuff had been changing, and we've been here for like no time at all, and I'm pretty sure that when I wasn't in the Hollow, nothing happened like this.
You bringing that, like, Ellie had sort of like turned at the silence, the initial silence. Ellie had like turned around and started, getting back to business with some of his papers. And like when you speak up, like he scatters some papers down onto the ground as you sort of jump scare him. It's like, no, as I said, I didn't see anything.
Huh. What an enormous coincidence.
Enormous indeed. I mean, you could ask the rest of your party. Did anybody else notice a change in time?
I mean, not in the instance Wolfram's currently talking about, but...
Wait, huh?
I wasn't looking out the window.
Wolfram looks bewildered right now.
I also probably wouldn't have noticed, like, a change of an hour, given, like, my character's intelligence. Like, it's like, yeah, maybe if I was, like, paying attention, but no. Like, we noticed one on the way to here, shortly around the time we took our first rest. Seemed like several hours had been skipped, but we had nothing to explain it.
And maybe it was just our party, too, because the other group didn't have any notes in the journal about that.
Curious then. I'll look into it and I'll ask other adventurers who come by, but he's definitely taking you more seriously now, hearing a second perspective on it. I'll keep an eye out, but I certainly haven't noticed anything as of late.
Because this change wasn't as erratic as the first one, I don't think Juno even noticed, because time to her doesn't really apply as the same. Yeah.
Lucille has been looking outside of any windows to gauge for any future goblin raid, and also has noticed but did not pipe up because Wolfram is very annoying when he is right.
Lucille does not like
Lucille
Wolfram.
hates me.
Rose and Derek making characters that actually like each other on impossible goal. I assume we just head on our way then.
We're going. Keep going. Yeah.
Unless we-
Yeah, you guys are in charge of your own destiny.
we stay here for the rest of the campaign.
All right, guys, we're gonna head over to Team Heart and see what they're up to.
We each get to play as Team Heart now.
Can I play Orchix?
Yeah, I'll let Nuck know.
It seems like Team Heart has decided to go into the mines, as expected, probably. I can't help but feel a little hesitant on going anywhere near the Goblin headquarters myself.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get on the other layer. It seemed like the ramp is the other way down besides the mine, so sounds like we can avoid that area anyway.
The ramp.
Imagine if we just stay close to the edge and make our way towards the ramp, that's probably the fastest way down.
Perfect. Then, with that being said, let's get back to adventuring, shall we? You all exit the tower. What would people like to be doing? Right now, it's listed in there as Slate repeating a spell, but I believe that's because you guys were closer and could sort of afford
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Are you guys looking to just sort of go whole hog here and keep moving?
I think we can afford to just haul it.
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, now Derek is back, so now we can just ask.
Alright, I'm back.
The party, from the sounds of it, looks like they're going to not be doing exploration activities to make sure that they can go full speed, since you guys have quite a bit of ground to cover.
I think that's a great idea.
Speed max.
I hate being right. I'm pretty
Damn.
sure Wolfram said that the first time we talked about exploration activities. So, okay, hold on. How did this needs to be in character? Hold up. Lucille and Wolfram need to hate each other.
Oh no.
How did this decision come about?
Well, as you can see on this map, the distance that we've traveled is this long. And as you can see in our next destination, the distance traveled is this long. I know it's a little hard, but you may be able to see that it is twice as long from here. So maybe we can less afford to take our time.
I mean, do we want to try to hustle?
Hustle mechanics is like, you can't hustle for an hour. If I
No,
remember
you hustle
correctly.
for a number of minutes equal to your con mod times 10 using the lowest con mod. So I don't know if it's
Low. That might be pretty
Let's
low.
ignore that.
Okay, I wasn't sure how bad that would. I know for some people it's like lower con, but I didn't know how bad of a hustle it would be.
We are
Ow.
not track stars. Sorry to break it to you.
You guys remember when we all were talking about what to do, and I said we should probably just not do anything? Mm-hmm.
No.
Here we are.
No, I genuinely don't.
He looks at Lucille. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I
I
agree
don't-
with you. Great idea.
Lucille does not understand, like, the subtext. It's like, alright, let's get off.
Yeah, me as a
I
player
was trying
and
to
a
start
character-
beef, but for what?
Alrighty, then with no activities in your exploration activities, you guys will be moving at a clean 2 miles a movement. So let's zoom on in here.
Oh, wait, only 7 hours of travel.
2 miles towards the or down the sort of cliff way. And let me roll on the funny little table.
Uh-oh.
Come on, one. Come on, one.
Might
Come
as
on,
well-
6. Wait, which one's good or which one's bad?
I'm feeling a
They've
4
all-
today.
They've all been bad.
1 is extreme, right?
One
Yes.
is
Yes.
Extreme.
Come on, 1. Come on, 1.
3. We haven't gotten that
3.
yet.
A 3.
Oh, Trace.
Let me see if the other group has also been writing down what they've
They have
gotten.
not been.
They have not. Good.
They hate us.
Also, we rolled off. There was a 4 rolled once, but I don't see anything in the 4 section.
Was that the sand wheel?
It could have been the sand wheel.
The 4
Or was it the pond?
The 4 was
No,
the
no,
pond.
no, it was 6.
Oh, 4 is hazard.
Four was a hazard. Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I wonder if haunts are included in that. I think they are.
The other group has gotten numbers that we haven't, but has not put anything down about them.
Great.
Classic.
Yep.
Honestly, what's the point of the journal if we're not all gonna use it?
I mean, listen, 4 of the 8 people are using the journal.
It just happens that 4 of them
Yeah,
are in
all
our
4
party.
are in this party.
No, the other party is writing down some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're joking. Well, Wolfram's not.
I wrote down that encounter for 4.
Wonder if there's also options for different difficulty hazards.
Possibly.
I imagine there would be.
Maybe that's what a 3 is. Maybe it's a more it's a more hazardous hazard.
Perhaps I just gave Miss a new idea for a couple dice. Oopsie.
This is changing the fates die to go up to a D10 instead of a D8.
It could already. It's gonna be a D12.
It could be.
Would be unlikely.
It'd be very unlikely we haven't seen a higher number yet. But
Do you think that if she increased the size of the fate die, she would tell us though?
no.
And on that note, as your group is walking, you hear some sort of gravelly but high-pitched singing. Who knows this? Juno!
Oh.
You actually recognize the language and dialect as Fey. as a creature who you can see, a bit of ways now. You can't make them out super clearly, but you hear them singing a tune. What does your party do?
They're out of pitch.
Yeah, what's the quality of the tune?
It's a
not
bard.
that good.
Juno's gonna have a panic attack.
They're pretty okay pitch.
Okay. Juno
Okay,
just
bitch.
doesn't know.
Juno does not know music.
No, she does not.
I like the idea of them being like perfectly in pitch and Jonah just being like, they're out of pitch.
I mean, none of us can
They
tell.
suck.
They suck.
Is there music accompanying it, or is it just them singing?
Nope, it's just them singing atop a stump in the distance.
I don't seem hostile.
Yeah,
I don't
when we
see any
approach,
Can
well,
we-
we don't,
need.
contrary to all the other creatures we've met, we don't have to immediately go hostile.
How
Yeah, they're
good of a
singing.
look
How could they?
can we get if we wanted to recall knowledge to see what this thing is and whether it might be hostile?
You
'Cause I
can.
imagine we probably can't sense motive until we
Mhm.
get closer / talk.
Yeah, you could definitely give it a shot. It would be nature. Recall knowledge, nature. Wolfram, you are not familiar with what this might be. You can tell from looking at it, from sort of this distance, that it's more plant-like in nature, but that's pretty much all you can get.
Is it a leshy?
No, clearly with the map name being named that, it's clearly not a leshy.
Wait, oh my
Wait, it
gosh,
is
we can
called
see the
leshy.
map name.
Yeah.
Wait, you can see the map name?
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's okay. I didn't see it.
No! Oh no! I didn't cover this one up.
Uh-oh.
Even the chat can see the name.
No!
Chat was
No!
spoiled. All right,
Forest
next encounter. We gotta get a new encounter, new one.
Hold on, I gotta make sure that the rest of these are covered up.
Yeah, I mean, if it's plant-like in nature, I might be able to assist.
Doesn't seem immediately hostile,
No.
but I don't know if I want to take the chance to begin with either.
It looks friendly enough. I mean, it's singing.
There are a lot of monsters who deceive.
Can I roll something to understand what it's singing about?
Yeah, you could roll. Yeah, I guess you would know sort of what it's singing about. That's true. It is a song about the sort of forest as a whole, and people who wander into it to mess things up and get their comeuppance. Like sort of a story you would tell a child. Like sort of a scary, one of those like scary songs that you would sing to a child about them like going somewhere they shouldn't be and then getting gobbled up. Something along
Ring
those
around
lines.
the rosy.
Yeah, something very much akin to Ring Around the Rosie.
I mean, I think maybe even try talking to it, since I can sort of understand them. We could maybe get more intel.
You want to try talking to it?
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake personally, but by all means we could try.
It seems to me that it's just one guy and it's four of us.
Well, Juno, you want to talk to it? We just want to walk over
Or
after you.
Perhaps some of us could stay out of sight.
I was probably gonna stay in the like under the tree line, just also trying to see if there's other creatures around or if this creature is alone.
I'm a fast runner. I can go and talk to her.
That's
to
a
it
good observation. Could I just glance around like the shrubbery to see if there are any other potential creatures? I'm guessing that would be a blind perception.
Yep.
Slate say he would like to do this, and Lucille going, "Okay, can I do this?"
Well, I mean, you could too.
The
just
general
go
rule
away.
of nature in some of the game, sorry, excuse me, not rule of nature, is rather than asking like, "Can I do blank?" like, unless you legitimately don't know how to roll for something or do something, just go for it. Like if it's like, "Oh, I want to make a perception check," just like go for it, and I will react accordingly. And if you guys get a little too ahead of me, I'll ring you back. But
All right, just let me know.
you don't see anything.
Well,
Crit failed.
Oh.
Yeah, blind now.
Anyway,
Not literally, you don't see nothing. But, like, you don't
Your
see
eyes are
anything
closed.
out of the ordinary.
Well, I mean,
there you
if
go.
you can understand it, I think you were probably one of the better ones to go and attempt to talk to it. I don't know if we want to split between.
I'll go with.
Are you sure? I mean,
Could translate, but I don't know if I could talk.
I mean, that's what you at
thank
least,
you.
like,
Yeah.
you can understand it at least.
Sounds good. Who wants to be my buddy?
I can go. I mean,
Right.
I
Someone's
studied
gotta make
speech
sure
at the
people
university.
don't die.
I'll try my best to translate your words. Don't use any big ones.
Move on closer. As you guys sort of step into this small clearing where the broken down tree or the knocked over tree and this creature is, you guys know it's a leshy. With that perception check, you do see something. Across the clearing, you can see there are, in fact, you see not only one, but two figures in the trees over here. You are aware of them, but you can't really, like, you are aware they are there. Walking up to the leshy here, it stops its song and looks at the three of you and sort of spots, now four of you, hello Oswald, and sort of spots Slate over to the back. And in Faye it says, "Adventurers here to make up for what they have done?"
I relay the message.
I can't
Dude.
wait for you to say that sentence like 20 times right now.
We can just automatically assume that Juno relates the message.
Yeah,
right?
that was the joke. Yeah. Sorry.
And a
Oh no!
translator,
What's
too.
happened here? Did you knock this tree down?
The
Lucille gives a Wolfram a look like he's 4 years old.
the creature also gives Wolfram a look and stops speaking in Fey. Sees Juno sort of like translate it and smiles at that, but sees Wolfram speaking in common, and it's sort of like playful grin turns a bit sour, and it's like, you don't need to speak in ways such as that. We can understand.
Oh. Whew. Faye was getting a little rusty there, thank God.
Adventurers here to make up for what you have done. What has happened here? Well, as you can see, one of the trees have fallen, cut down before its time. And as they hop off the stump, they run one of their hands across the edge. You can see how cleanly cut it is. It must have been the work of a tool, and they sort of get down on their hands and knees and sort of scrape up some of the sawdust. There's like little bits of sawdust around the tree, and they scoop it up in their hands and they show it to you. It must have been done by some adventurer's tools. The other
May I
natives
take a look?
around here know to be careful of the forest.
May I take a look? Perhaps we can identify who did it.
They narrow their eyes for just a moment, and then they back up.
Can I make a crafting check to recall knowledge in crafting to kind of see like what tool is done, how long ago it was done?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
You know that it was definitely that the Leshy is right. It was definitely done by a saw, but that is about the amount of knowledge that you can gather.
I mean, the goblins have been getting rowdy too. They use tools. They've been expanding their territory.
The Leshy shakes its head a little violently. It's like, no, they would never. The goblins would never. They know to respect the forest.
What we've encountered with goblins, they aren't terribly respectful. And also, how many adventurers do you know that carry around a saw as long as can cut this tree? After all, this is tragic what happened here, and this is purposeful. Nobody just happens upon a tree this size and cuts it.
It makes no use of it either.
and makes no use of it. I can't imagine an adventurer doing that when time is of the essence for them here in Goblin Country.
I want you to roll a make an impression, because that's like
Thank you.
that's a good point.
I hit these. Okay, I missed those.
Their attitude doesn't seem to change that much towards you, as they say, well, many adventurers tend to come by, some more destructive than others, but they're searching for things. There must have been something possibly up in the tree. They're trying to get it down. They're dastardly. And you, I'm sure you are as well.
You're probably right about me, but where's the leaves?
What do you
If it
mean?
was-
What do you mean they're right about you?
He continues, shouldn't the leaves be there if there was something up in the tree and it was gotten for that purpose? It's certainly an old tree that has fallen, meaning not cut recently.
It assuredly was cut recently.
Have you experienced any sort of time dilation?
they squint as they sort of sound out those words. It's like time die. I know not of what you speak.
Okay, just checking. Well, perhaps we can make up for whoever cut this down. It certainly wasn't us because
We just got
why would
here.
we return to the scene of the crime, right?
They hop up onto the log behind them and walk across it, sort of back and forth, pacing a little bit, until you see them like jump and glide a little bit towards you, and land in front of you and get like close. They're fairly short, but they sort of look up at you. They say, I suppose that's true. Give me one moment. And they walk over to this tree here, and you see them start to glow with this sort of faint green light as they chant something under their breath. And then in a language you don't understand, you hear them start speaking with the tree, and they put their hand like on their chin, and they scratch it, and they nod again, and then they squint at the tree, and you see them ask something, and then they nod again, and they turn towards the group, and they go, the trees don't seem to recognize you. So you must not be the ones who did it. But we can't know if you aren't associated. Tell me, how can you prove that you would not harm the forest?
How can you prove that a rock was not once a mountain?
Don't get smart with me. They squint at you.
I like that light you have. I have one too. Check this out.
Stop. Lucille comes up to Wolfram and immediately puts his hand down.
They shrink back and they run behind the tree. Why do you try to blind me?
It was an exchange of light
you-
and pleasantries.
That was not pleasant.
As someone who, one, deals with nature and two, is a healer, is there any check I can make to, like, in response to the proof of, like, that we show no harm, like, is there anything I could do to, like, show an attempt to fix the tree, essentially, like, with either of those?
Maybe not the tree itself, but I'm sure you could with a good nature's check and a good idea, show some form of goodwill, whether it's planting some trees or like showing how well you've tended to the herbs that you've gathered along the way, like something along those lines.
Is that a
However you
blind,
want to
or is
flavor
it
it.
Is that a blind nature check or just strength?
Would that be considered like rolling, make an impression with nature?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. So give me a nature check, and we'll go from there. Ooh, rolling big today.
Ooh,
I would say that is a crit. Yes. So describe what you try to do to show this Leshy goodwill.
I guess focusing a little on what my next level ability will be. He does have all they are herbs and stuff that he was planning on trying to make stuff with. That either he's gathered down here and stuff, and it just as you said, I would show off. Hey, these are very carefully collected, carefully preserved. I am doing enough to get these as utility, but not harm the world around me. And in that same sort of bag where he'd keep the herbs, there would be extra seeds and stuff to like replant what he has taken, or like have like also like a water skin that like he has probably a second water skin, or like has like things marked on there of like this is to like make sure to put this much about like when watering a plant to like ensure it, like a bunch of stuff just to ensure like he knows how to tend to the earth properly.
Sustainability.
Oh, a man of nature. And a dwarf, too. Not something you see often. This is proof enough for me. I suppose, with someone as keen to the forest as you, that I assuredly think that you wouldn't let the rest of your group do something like this.
I assure you, none of us would do anything to this scale. It's terrible that someone would do that. And
Wasteful. They sort of turn around and they put one of their fingers up into the air as they walk away like promptly. It's like, one must give back whenever they take from the forest. Rule number 1 of the forest. It seems that you are not the group who may have done this, and I doubt that you are associated. You have proved yourself. So, move along. You may pass. Do your thing.
Can you teach us that song first?
Oh, you wish to know the song? I could perhaps teach you it, if you have the time.
Time is relative. Even more so here.
Don't be smart with me. Would you, okay, if you would like it, then I can teach it to you. And they spend the next couple minutes singing back and forth, or possibly just to you, as the rest of the party, whoever would participate who would participate in learning this?
Gino.
oh, I would too.
I am I am going to like rest underneath that tree while everyone else is doing whatever they're doing.
All right.
Singing the campfire song.
Cool. You can write down in your notes somewhere that you know the Song of the Forest.
Let's go.
And who knows? Perhaps that may be useful to you at some point.
Does the Leshy have a name?
Yes. You may call me Pine.
Pine.
They're on activation.
And they go back to, as they wave your party off, they go back to standing on the stump and singing their song, attempting to draw in curious adventurers to then scold them. And as you walk like towards the north, you notice, and they sort of giggle, you notice that there was 2 more Leshies hiding in the trees. And with that, you guys have gotten through the encounter.
Yippee! We learned a new song.
There was no combat.
Seems like it could have been.
Bloodthirsty.
As you all continue on, you go over and get pretty close to where the goblin mines, where you could sort of see them from the tower. And
Slate.
from the sounds of it, you guys are sort of avoiding them.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Cool.
Yeah, call him up right now. Let's get him in the call.
However,
Passing by.
I
Hello.
do want to note to Slate, you do seem quite wounded at the moment. Are you sure you're all right?
He like looks at his wounds and like, I've I mean, it would slow us down if I were to try to fix these small wounds that I have. Nothing I'm too worried about.
Well, if you say you are, it's just small wounds lead to bigger wounds in the future.
I'm only missing 4 health. It's not too bad.
I mean, that's kind of a lot.
Well, that's what it is. You don't crit fail.
Oh, true.
Just don't get hit.
You just spend 10 minutes.
True. If you want to try to roll treat wounds, it's only 10 minutes. If you want to.
But it's if we don't we move at half speed or something, or we can't.
I
Move
mean,
for 10 minutes.
We don't
I mean,
have
10 minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. It would just be like if you guys took a breather and took 10 minutes to do it. It's your party has to stand still for 10 minutes for you to treat those wounds. It's not like something you can do while moving. So if you want to do that, you can do it.
I will do that then.
Well,
18.
Nice. That is a success. I believe it's 48 for treat wounds.
Well, it's
2d8?
It's 2d8.
2d8. Cool. Let me give y'all a good old roll on the table.
oh boy.
8.
Oh.
8.
What do we know about 8?
So it's not a 6-sided die.
Other than
No.
8, 9.
No way. Spoilers. I added a note for Pine. The people tab.
Oh no. I like that note. I'm like, no, definitely Slate would. I would have cared about what the Leshy had to say. That's why I was like desperately checking all my stuff. I'm like, is there a way for me to just heal the tree fully? There was not, but
No, but I like the idea that like maybe you shuffled around where the tree's leaves used to be and found an acorn or something and replanted it with care.
I mean, yeah, I definitely could have. I don't know what kind of tree it was. There were no leaves on it. We can't tell.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Is that the-
more of them.
Whoa.
drop?
Deforestation.
There
No.
is supposed to be treetops here. I apparently
Oh.
don't
Oh.
have the treetop thing for this map.
Okay.
Okay.
Question mark?
The treetops are on vacation.
Nope, never mind. Yep, they just aren't appearing. That's awesome. Cool. Without further ado, you stop in your tracks. Can I get a... Actually, who has the highest passive perception in this group?
Probably Juno.
Probably Juno.
I have
Oh.
17.
Never mind, it is Slate.
It's actually
I mean, it is
Slate.
perception is a wisdom-based thing.
That's true. As your group is walking, Slate, you stop for a moment as you hear some rustling, mostly a rock that you hear fall down this cliffside. Certainly out of the ordinary.
I mean, do I see any creature nearby to where the rock fell from our lair?
Nope.
Okay.
But you are alerted to something.
There.
The two of you and Slate know that something is behind this rock. It is out of view, but you can hear it continue to sort of stay itself. What would your group like to do?
I'm going to say Lucille readies her weapon, and then in a more loud voice says, "You, whoever is behind that rock, come out now."
Whoa.
Sheesh.
And I imagine I should roll for intimidation.
Yes, please do.
My intimidation is not the best, but it's the thing that first comes to mind. Oh, not a crit fail.
Not a crit fail indeed. You hear some, like the rustling behind the rock stop, and then you hear a sigh, and from behind the rock, you see a catfolk walk out
Lyra.
and lean themselves up against the rock. Fancy meeting you all here. Sorry, I almost took a quick dive off of the edge there. Didn't mean to alarm.
Yeah, Lucille lowers her guard after seeing just the casual gesture. Oh, okay. Not another monster, at least.
Quite a large axe.
Thanks, it keeps me well trained as I, lug it around here.
Is that what cut down all these trees here?
The trees aren't cut down. They sort of flick their ears. Anything you fine folks need?
What were you doing at the edge? Were you taking a leak?
Don't note them like that.
I mean, that is sort of how we have to do things out here, nature's toilet and all that, but no, not off the ledge. Was just trying to get a better view of, down there, and happened to slip a little bit.
Oh, I think you didn't.
Yeah, I like to think so.
You also thinking of going down there? Is that why you're looking down?
Yeah, there's the give and take, right? Because the lower you go, potentially, the better and the cooler stuff that you can dig up from around here. But also, the farther down you go, the harder it is to live up on the surface. Constant, lightheadedness and faintness and all of that. I'm not sure if you guys have, you frequent down here. It's a real pain.
It's like you're a veteran.
Do what we can around here to make a quick buck.
Are you alone?
Yep.
Are you lonely?
No, I'm used to traveling like this.
Is it true that you only eat meat?
Wolfram.
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue hanging out here. You folks can continue on your way, I suppose.
We're heading over to the ramp. Is there anything to be aware of on the way over there?
Well, I'm sure if you know about the ramp, then you've also heard about the goblin mines. Stay pretty clear of that. They not always the nicest of folks, especially to us who don't belong here. Pretty unkeen to adventures and the like. But other than that, it should be fine. For the most part, I've heard that the ramp is clear, but there's also been mentions of some sort of danger over there as of late. I'm not sure, but can't be that bad. Good way to get down to the inner rim.
You stay on this level mainly. You don't really venture down.
Like I said, I've been thinking about going down, but I have yet to. Most of my trips have just been to around here.
Well,
Sometimes out towards the cliff sides, farther out, but yeah, haven't gotten to the inner rim yet.
Well, if you'd like to, you could accompany us. I'm sure we could use a guide.
Oh, no.
Also, while we're talking, how do you feel about milk?
we're going to go now. Nice meeting you.
I was going to throw Wolfram off the cliff.
We are also we're going to be heading down closer to the inner rim, and if we see you there, then hope you're doing well. All right.
Juno
bye.
covers Wolfram's mouth and drags him.
Do you hear?
I have it in the make circle bracelet
Wolfram?
remarks while it's the cat book.
Wolfram, can you do me a favor and can you roll me a make an impression roll?
Yes!
Just to see if you're coming off as endearing or you're coming off as, not.
That's
All right.
almost endearing.
That answers my question. They sort of
Can I get
scoff.
Can I get an aid from everyone kicking me that like shapes me up?
No. Okay. So you guys can move yourselves.
What I wanted to do during that time, now that we know that guy, I was going to look into the actual forest to see if we see anyone else, because it could be like bandits and
Is it down
stuff.
here?
No,
Or behind the rock up there. Or...
but yeah, we already moved, so
I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh.
What did you say your name was again?
nice roll.
Go, dude. Whoa, holy shit.
I have a very high perception.
Slate with the 25. Yeah, all right.
Seal asleep at the wheel.
So, to start us off here with a matching initiative of 25 as they used Avoid Notice, you hear the sound of metal cutting through the air as a great axe comes down at you. Does a 26 hit?
Wait, that crits, actually.
Good thing you got those 4 hit points back.
Right? Yeah, I have 15 AC, so that crits.
Oh!
Bo's dead.
Oh my god!
That's a max roll. You are. It's just small wounds lead to bigger wounds in the future.
I'm only missing 4 health. It's not too bad.
So dying two
Actually,
right
that's
there.
two. That's 2 from a max roll.
With one fell swoop, you see this axe drop down onto Slate, and with a grave injury, I don't want to do anything too drastic. It buries itself down into your shoulder, and you go unconscious instantly. And yes, you are going to start at dying 2. With that, it is going to make a sweeping swing over towards Oswald.
Yeah, we're gonna wipe, guys. Nice knowing you.
Eight is
Fun
the
fact, an
second
8 is
extreme
also an
encounter.
elite encounter.
Wait, you're joking. It's also extreme?
2 guys right now. You don't know how many others.
That is definitely a whiff.
Go.
And then they're going to take a step away as they take a good look over your party. It is now.
All right. I don't have my. It's not my turn. I don't have my reaction yet.
It'd be Juno's.
Yeah, I
So
assume
we'll
I moved to the bottom of initiative now.
Yeah, right before him.
Yeah, you go right before the catfolk pouncer now. So you don't go to bottom of initiative. You go before the thing that killed you, and then when it wraps back to you, you make your saves.
Cool.
In which case, it is now Juno. What would you like to do?
This fucking tree's in the way.
Just shoot through it.
I could, but
You can also see the other one.
oh, you bastard! I'll hunt, guy,
Alright, not pray.
and take a shot with my gun.
Good.
Let me see these rolls. Ooh, 23. Roll damage as you strike.
Aye.
10. Holy damage. You cleanly get a shot into their left thigh from over here. As you sort of see that happen to Slate, you immediately flick over to them, see that they have like drawn their axe and stuff and are ready to attack, and you just preemptively blast them. You have one more action. What would you like to do?
I'll reload.
Cool.
Oswald can just hang.
Wolfram, what would you like to do?
Wolfram's gonna move, careful not to step on Slate, towards this fella. As he's gonna say, "You do look like you drink milk," and unleash his psyche.
Alrighty.
And he'll say, "Let me heat it up for you." That sucked.
Wolfram pulling out the one-liners, a little bit of Little Willy.
Oh my! I gotta dial that back. Hold on.
You've been so goofy this session.
Yeah,
I really can't help it.
That's just Derek as a person
I just
trying
have
to
too much
play
fun.
an edgy 16-year-old or 17-year-old.
Yeah, he's been full serious in every session, then you're just like, what if I make one-liners about them being cats? It's like, fucking god.
Wolfram serious. Now he's lolling.
All right.
I was told that I was crazy with the time dilation, and he lost his mind.
So ignition. This is
So I'm
Medistin.
amping it, so I'll spend a focus point, and it's a melee attack with a reach.
Oh.
So it'll be 1d 12.
Ooh, 1d12. All right. Roll me that attack. 23. Well, that's gonna hit.
12.
Holy 12 damage.
No, the tree's on fire.
We are
As-
seeing red.
How does this look?
There we go. He holds up his hand like that. And says, what did I say? Let me heat it up for you? That sucked. The whole thing. And then lights this guy on fire.
And as they burn, you can tell this severely injures them. And with that, it is going to be their turn again. Actually, no, it is the other one's turn. After getting shot, Juno, you see them grit their teeth, and they sprint at you,
Oh dear lord.
taking 2 strides and a strike. And let me swing this great axe.
Another crit. Oh wait, never mind, not a crit.
Oh,
Not a crit. Not a crit.
let's go.
Oh boy. Scary, scary, scary. All right, let me roll that damage.
Max AC.
6. It grazes you as your stamina depletes, and it start. Whoa! Make sure that doesn't go to
Oswald.
Hemlock as well,
Whoa, whoa,
or
whoa, whoa.
Oswald.
Hemlock.
Sorry.
I just
Hanging
hit the
those.
damage and it went on both.
Yeah. It barely grazes you, and then they're going to make another swing at you.
I thought you said it was 2 strikes
Ow.
right over here.
Yes, it was
Ah.
2 strides and a strike,
Oh,
aka sudden
charge.
charge.
Fuck.
The barbarian.
Why'd you teach him how to do that?
Okay, this MF did not hit me.
Cool. And that is going to be all their actions. Lucille, what would you like to do?
First, the seal. The last one to react is everyone's already in combat. Yeah, sure. Fuck. So first I have to put my Resurm back to one hand in order to have a free hand to give the potion to Slate, and Slate will get free HP
He's back.
Let's go.
You will go
and
from
back from dying.
dying to wounded. You are still prone, and do you normally have like stuff in your hand, like weapons in your hands?
I had a scimitar.
Scimitar. Okay, that would be on the ground.
Okay. I will.
Okay, so that was what's your actions look like, Lucille, for now?
That was just one action because
Okay.
changing from 2 to 1 is a free action.
All right.
Changing from 1 to 2 is not a free action. And then immediately is going to walk up in front of Slate and is going to punch this guy in the face. Because I don't have time for anything
Let's
else.
go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A
Oh my-
24. That is going to hit. Roll me some damage.
Holy.
Awesome. You punch them right in the schnoz and drop them to the ground.
You're
Grit
seeing
your
red.
teeth.
Seal
Huge.
just turns back to Wolfram and is like lazily getting up, like, get up, soldier.
You mean
Wolfram.
Slate?
Or not Wolfram, Slate, sorry.
The feud continues.
The rolls
Wolfram
Doko.
like stands
Excuse
you know,
me.
tighter at attention.
Here you are. It is now Slate's turn, so we go back to the top of the round.
I stand up. I don't know if standing up or fire. What
Yep, that
does.
is an action.
Standing up and then just trying to get any sort of bearing on what is happening right now. Old Faithful, Divine Lance at the one remaining one.
Alrighty.
Ooh, only a 13.
Old Faithful indeed.
The only thing I have to do.
Cool. That's 3 actions. That MF is dead. Juno, what would you like to do?
I want to use my bayonet. I have not used it yet.
True. The perfect opportunity. Alright, roll me a strike. That is a hit. Roll me damage.
Hell yeah. Die. I smite you.
A clean, calculated strike as, you know, they ran up to you, swung twice, and you find that moment and just jam this bayonet, like, straight into their chest. And they drop to the floor.
Don't you dare touch me.
And with that, the combat is over.
So, so my unarmed attack has the non-lethal trait.
Mhm.
So this guy's still just
Oh,
unconscious,
true.
right?
He would still be he would be unconscious and not dead. You are correct.
Then I'm going to take some rope. I'm going to tie him to this tree.
Yo.
You know, take off his axe and everything. Actually, hang on. Let me do that right now before I
Keep
do
his
all that.
axe.
Should take the axe back to the Leshies and say we found him.
Oh. But then we have
Is
to go
that-
back.
I want to disarm him. I want to take his great axe, spear, and leather armor out.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna make me encumbered, so I just want to put it in the lockbox.
Okay.
Tie him up to the tree
Okay.
and just sit in front of him. Wait for him to wake up while Slate probably heals himself
It's true.
and takes a breather too.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Is it administer first aid or just treat wounds?
Treat wounds for yourself. Yep. And I would say it's been about an hour since last time because of like travel and stuff. So, and for anybody who wants to take a breather, so that would be Juno or Slate. It is, you don't have to roll anything. It's just you -1 resolve point, which is
nice.
right next to your stamina, and you put your stamina to max.
That's a crit, right?
That sure is a crit. That's 25.
Okay.
That is 48.
Yeah.
Now it's 48.
And,
so
and
I
its
was-
wounding condition is removed. Is
Sure.
part of the critical success.
Cool. In which case, back at full stamina, I'll have 20 minutes pass, and then I would say around the end of those 10 minutes, you see this very, very much charred catfolk wake up. Oh, what's going on?
Oh, good. You're awake. As Lucille stands back up, readies her Guisarm next to her. Had a good cat nap.
Yeah. Yep. Had a good
In
one.
hearing him chuckle, Lucille puts the tip of a Guisarm right to his neck. This isn't going to be a lovely encounter for you. I want information.
I'll give you what I can.
Is it just you two who's working around here?
I'm sure there's other ones. There's plenty of scavengers and bandits around here.
Any territories that we should be wary of?
Pretty sure my partner said. Speaking of which, are they around here?
Your partner wasn't quite so fortunate to be in the position you're in right now.
You see the sort of half grin that they've been wearing, the sort of smirk fade as they go, well, Hollow was bound to catch up to us at some point. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure about other groups. We all sort of work independently of each other. We're aware of each other, but, yeah.
Last question. What do you know about the whereabouts of the ramp?
We've passed by it a couple times. It's up to the north. I mean, you should find it if you just keep following the edge.
Anything we should look out for?
I haven't been down there myself, so I'm not really sure. I haven't heard much. There is one thing I could think of. Look out when you get to the inner rim. There's a scavenger who takes things a little bit more seriously than we do. They mean business, and they will hit you without you knowing.
Thanks for the heads up.
Um,
And let this be a little lesson for you too. There are some people who are not as gracious as I am. Try to rethink what you're really trying to do about next time, will ya?
Well, I don't think my buddy's learning any more lessons, but I mean, I always knew that, it's not always wins. It's dangerous stuff. Yeah.
Seal turns to the rest of the party if they have any questions.
No,
All right.
I'm inclined not to trust the word of a backstabber such as yourself. After all, you're probably just saying whatever you think you need to live.
I trust the word of anyone with a spear to their throat. Better luck next time. And Lucille goes again to knock out the guy with her punch. Do I gotta roll a strike for that?
I'm not gonna make you roll for it now. He's restrained and low health anyways. You
Yeah.
bop him in the head again and he's out.
All right. And then I cut the ropes. Well, best be on our way then.
You guys do find,
Wait, let's loot them.
yeah.
Oh yeah, let me put the rest of that guy's in the stash.
You do find on this guy, the one that you had restrained, he has a pretty sizable pouch on him.
Money.
Yeah, you don't find any really magical items or anything of the sort, but you do find around 40 gold worth of stolen goods on them, and you can just write that down as gold.
Oh, just put 40 gold in the stash?
Yep.
We're rich.
In which case, the combat is now over. We can. I just saw the Roblox down at the bottom. Just zoomed out all the way.
Don't worry about it.
I'll just leave that there. We're not gonna look back here anyways as we go back to the overworld.
It wasn't me.
I think we could probably get away with doing one more roll on the table, and we'll cut it if we need to. So let's give it a roll.
A 5.
Awesome. So on a 5, you guys move. Oh, let me pass this by an hour. Hold on, as it starts to get
Time dilation.
into the,
It's just normal time passing.
it's about it's 7:20 now, so it's starting to get a bit dark. We're starting to get into like dusk.
Sunset.
As
do we
you
make it?
guys move past the mines,
We're in the lead
Let's
now.
go.
and it is a pretty leisurely walk.
Let's go.
I had forgotten that things could just not happen.
Huge.
So with that, let's
It feels a lot better.
let's give
people
you
aren't
guys
drinking.
one more roll.
Alright, well,
Piss.
combat, guys.
2. Oh, whoops! I fucked something up. That is not a
Oh.
2. That is a 7. Here, let me
Huh?
adjust. I fucked something up on my end. I had something typed in wrong.
There are modifiers.
I'm
Be
sure.
That
very
is a
afraid. Well, we
Um,
don't know what a 7 is yet.
It's
Probably
weird.
why
I'm
we
used
got
to
a
every
7.
number now.
Every number so far.
Yeah.
cool. Give me a second as I get things prepped. You guys can talk among yourselves.
Getting a bit late.
I think that was our last potion, so we're gonna have to order some more.
Yeah,
We
good
just
thing we
got a
got
bullet.
56 gold.
I can let you guys figure out what to do with that gold, since I did get
I'm down to buy
a pretty
some
big
more.
upgrade.
Well, if Miss lets us level
Yes, you
up,
did.
then I can make elixirs for us. We won't have to buy them.
Smiles.
Well, we can buy a few for now.
We could, yeah.
It,
I
it
don't
does.
think we-
It does take time to craft things too. By the way.
Yeah, I didn't read the specifics. It just says as part of daily preparations, so it would be the start of the day. I can make them.
Yeah, that's assumed to take no time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean,
Did someone write down the thing that they said? By the way,
What?
Oh, I have it in my notes. I didn't write it anywhere in the actual journal yet.
that there's like a big time bandit in the inner rim.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, Wolfram didn't believe that, so he wouldn't write that.
Yeah, I mean, I can put a quick note in the important people section.
Big bad guy? Question mark.
Getting close. You guys are like on the edge of the forest here. You guys are now on the edge of the forest and the grassy cliffs. As you guys are walking, it starts to fade from dusk light to around closer to around 8 o'clock, where that light starts to fade, and you can barely see it sort of coming up over the hollow, but due to, you know, this being a hole in the ground, it sheds some pretty gnarly shadows across the hollow, and you all see a campfire ahead of you, and somebody fiddling with something next to said campfire. And let me move you over to
Shall we sing our song that we learned?
That's a nightmare, dude.
You can also, if you have lights or anything of the sort.
Wolfram got that MF thing on.
Yeah, Wolfram has the sun.
Wolfram does have that MF thing on him. I'm going to hold on.
No, don't.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Just so it doesn't blind us every time we need to use it. I'm gonna, if I drop the color intensity.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. That is much more manageable.
But the person seemed alerted by us pulling out daylight.
What the fuck was that?
No, they seem pretty focused on whatever they're doing.
Is that a chair?
You see hinges on it, like it's a fold-up chair, and that they're just sort of posted up here.
It's a picnic.
Lounge
I know.
chair.
I know that the majority of like the trees are like off the map, but Lucille would definitely be looking around the tree stuff, like perception wise, in order to like just to make sure that there's no other surprise guests, as we've had multiple of them today.
You can see that around you it's pretty clear.
Hello. Hold on, that's not something Wolfram would do.
You gotta figure out where Willy and Wolfram draw. Where
Where
the line
does
between
Lily
them
end and Wolfram begin?
You gotta find like your inner serious balance with your inner goofiness. You
Listen,
know.
I know they went to the same school, but that doesn't mean
They both
they both went
went
to
to
Terrace
Terrace.
University.
This is Galarian! Terrace University doesn't exist!
I believe
Whoa.
it does.
It's a different setting.
That's a different setting.
You could have gone to Absalom U. It's okay.
You actually have a university that you went to. Stop bullshitting
Oh wait,
me.
that's true. No, I did undergraduate at Terrace though.
Oh my.
You're so,
Whatever.
you're 17. How can you undergraduate?
How are you
As
even in
you-
college if you're
smart.
17?
Hey, college starts at like 13.
Oh.
Wait, I don't like this ambient. I'm gonna.
Actually, I can tell you exactly when it is. Hold on.
As you all approach them, you can see that they are pretty intently. You can see some like sparks of light, some small colorful lights, as they mess with a liquid in a small glass bottle, and they sort of are kicking their legs off the ledge here as they sort of fiddle with this.
Does it look like they notice us?
They don't. They are not awares of you.
We should probably not get too close then, without to not spook them.
Yeah, don't want them to fall.
Yeah.
Huh? What? And you see them start sort of like they lose the grip on the bottle that they're intently working with, and they sort of juggle it around in their hands for a second, and some of the sort of purplish liquid sloshes out of it before they barely catch it before it falls off the ledge. And they turn to you and say, "Oh, a pleasure. How may I help you?" And I will pop their how they look over to everybody.
Told you
They
they're
are
cute.
cute.
You're cute.
Juno, stay back.
Juno is just
No.
watching.
And we don't know Juno's a femcel yet.
That's true.
Juno's keeping it in.
Evening. Anything I could do to help?
I mean, we aren't necessarily in need of anything, but I'm curious of what sort of help you're offering.
Well, she looks at the bottle that's in her hand, and she fiddles around to her side and finds a cork and pops it in it and puts it over by where the chair is, before she walks around the fire over to you. I been doing some work here, scavenging for my shop, digging around and seeing what I can find. I also make some brews and the such for myself and others. Consider me a merchant.
What
Oh.
sort of things do you have to offer?
They sort of squint at the group. She's like, jumping straight to what I offer. Not even gonna ask a girl's name. Okay, taking note of that.
I mean, you offered to sell us things before asking any of our names.
I suppose you do make a point. Sorry, I guess it's just sort of in my programming. The name's Util.
Juno. My name's Juno.
Fuck.
Hi. That's Oswald. Call him Ozzy.
Do you think she pointed at the hyena or just said that?
She pointed at Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy, is it? He seems like a nice enough boy. And she sort of kneels down and gives him a once-over. If you guys need to take a second to, gather yourselves, you can feel free, and I'll get my wares ready. Sorry, you caught me in the middle of, dinner. Dinner, right. And she moves over to the campfire and, takes the stick off of the fire with her roast meat on it and checks the bottom of it, which has been sort of charred, and gives it a little bit of a sigh, but puts it off to the side, and I'll eat that later. Moving over to her chair, you can see that it has like the hinges for like folding it up and making it more like a box. You can see it also has straps on it, and the bottom of it is just like one big box. She moves over and spins it towards the group, opens it up, and says, "Here it is. Welcome to Util's Emporium. Please take a look at whatever you would be interested in. I'm happy to speak about it." And with that, what is the best way for me to show this to the group? I will...
Oh, catalog.
Oh, actually, I could... It is just labeled as her right now, but I can do this. That second one, you should be able to double click on that.
Whoa.
Oh.
Now let me...
Scroll.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And they're
They
cheap.
got a lot.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Everything here is for sale. Of course, I use some of it myself, but I can always make or find more, so don't feel bad if you take some stuff. I privy to crafting and making magical gear, so please have at. Well, don't have at. Of course, you have to pay me, but
Oil of Unlife.
yeah, the oil of unlife is pretty interesting. I found that and popped it in there. It'd certainly be something that Wolfram would be interested in.
What? Sorry, I was looking at other stuff.
Oil of unlife.
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
I mean, the Predator's Claw could be something cool to attach to the gun.
Yeah.
You just you can choose to get a crit.
It's not
Like,
choose.
you can choose to get, you can choose to get the better benefit stuff.
The critical specializations are neat. It's not something that you guys regularly have access to right now, but Predator's Claw lets you do it early. For
Tattoo.
firearm, it's the target must succeed at a fortitude save against your class DC or be stunned 1,
Holy shit.
which means they lose one of their actions on their turn.
I'd sure like a wand. Wands are awesome, but would it be helpful to have Wand of Heal? I feel like we don't really run through all the heal spells you have already, right?
I've used the heal spell once and it killed you.
Ooh, Skull of Sure Strike. I'm gonna buy that. Of course, the oil. I think we should buy that.
I'm pretty sure Sure Strike can only be used for yourself, because I also looked into it as well.
Oh.
I mean, if you also make attack rolls, so like it's fine. I just wanted to let you know that.
Glimpse into the future ensures your next blow strikes true.
It is
Yes,
really
it is just
good for
you.
when you need to ensure that something will hit.
But that means I'd need the scroll to be in my hand already.
I have a question about the potion of emergency escape.
Yep.
With the fleeing condition, does that mean like like we are fleeing from combat, or does that do something different?
The fleeing condition is
It's like you have to spend all your actions to go away.
But I'm saying that is different than us just fleeing combat. Like
Yes.
we don't have the fleeing condition. When
That
we're
is
fleeing.
involuntary.
God, okay.
To describe Util sort of mechanically, she will pick up stuff and generally sell stuff for a little bit cheaper than like buying it from a store. She'll also have more ready access to like uncommon stuff or rare stuff even. The farther down that you guys get to, you will still probably be seeing her. And she will have, you know, matching stuff to whatever sort of level you guys are. So I will be gradually adding more and more to her stuff. This initial batch of stuff, a lot of it, I just thought about what somebody would want or like need to survive down here who's just doing this. So like stuff like the potion of emergency escape is just stuff that she makes for herself that she happens to also sell to people who are down here. It's like, oh, there's trouble? Time to chug this potion and run.
Also, is she human or?
Yes, as far as you can tell, she is human.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking for getting? I know, for example, me, I'm looking at getting Soothe wouldn't be bad, then I'd be able to heal you guys. Runic Weapon would be awesome, and Bane would be awesome.
Also, we can't use a spell scroll unless it has the tradition of our spellcasting class,
those.
right?
Yeah, I can use all three of those.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there's any divine.
There are.
Bane is. Ooh,
Force
Echoing
Barrage
Weapon.
is Magic Missile. I can probably take that. That's really good.
I would personally get like a potion, the potion of Unlife, and at least one healing potion.
What did you end up getting, Lucille?
Me, I got the full plate, which was 3.
Oh, you're right. You bought the full plate earlier. Yeah, that's right.
We swapped the mask for the full plate.
Mm.
Well, yeah, could we sell? We don't need 6 spears. 2 great axes.
She looks at the great axes and spears and stuff, and she's like, maybe not to me. There might be others who, you know, want that.
I was looking at shining ammunition in case like we fight at night or like if we're in a cave or something.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know we have the sun, but like if we want to see farther away.
Some of us also have dark vision.
Yeah,
So,
dark
I do
vision
think
looks is
you-
also fine as well.
The nice thing is you can cause like another creature to shed light. So like if it's something trying to like hide from you in the dark and stuff, you can just pop one of those into it and it'll probably be angry about it, but it won't be able to hide from you anymore.
Wall hacks.
Wall
You're buying
hacks.
all the scrolls.
Yeah, that's for both me and Slate. And
Well,
one more.
it depends on whether Slate wants to keep a hand with the scroll in hand, you know.
I mean,
Slate
I
has
don't
a
know
free
what's in
hand. So
yeah, I have. I don't. Most of the time, I don't even draw my scimitar.
That's fair.
What is the purpose of the Bewitching Bloom?
The Bewitching Bloom is a tattoo. You can use 2 actions on your turn to have somebody else make an improved recall knowledge roll, essentially. So you can spend 2 of your actions and go, Wolfram, roll a recall knowledge check for me.
I think that's somewhat worth it to get the +2 to recall knowledge for Wolfram. Like, I'm willing to get the tattoo if we have the money for it.
We do.
Because I try to stay within 30 feet of all my allies anyway.
Yo, first tattoo. How does she market that? Does she say, hey, I can also tattoo with you?
Yeah,
I'm also a tattoo artist.
Pulls out a gun. 2 gun.
She just sort of has the designs of them in her like in the little pop-up shop, but as she sees Slate interested in it, and she's like, oh yes, I could pull out my tools and I could take a little bit here and put it on you. I could give you this design.
It's a poke and stick.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I have proper tools.
Could we do a sort of bargain? I don't know if we can afford this, Util. Are you a spellcaster by chance?
She nods. It's like, indeed I am.
Do you know prestidigitation?
Yes, I do. Pretty fond of it, in fact.
Oh.
I mean, if you have anything else that you could offer me, or... I'm always willing to deal in information and other stuff as well. Down here to figure things out as much as I am to make a quick buck.
How much value would you place on song?
She furrows her brow a little bit and squints her eyes. A song?
Yeah, are you perchance a music lover?
I do like me some music. Is there any use to this song? Is it some spell of occult nature or something of the sort?
Does art need a reason to exist? Does beauty stand for itself? Does wind
Oh, you're one of those, aren't you?
for anything?
He's gonna raise the price because of you, Wolfram.
What's the origin of it?
Can I make an impression?
Yeah, making it go for it. Well, I'm at least willing to hear you out. The origin of it, is it something you heard down here in the hollow? That's what I'm more interested in.
It is.
Ah.
I mean, it's new. We just learned it like 3 hours ago.
From some of the natives here, or?
From
could
Aleshi
say that.
themselves.
Aleshi, you say? You should have led with that. All right, well, I keep losing the accent. All right. Well, by all means, I suppose. Lay it on me. I'm sure I could use this in some way, shape, or form to help myself the next time I run into those folks.
Okay, well, it goes like this.
Would anybody else like to try for performance? It doesn't.
Where's that Laos clip?
It doesn't have to be a high roll. It just has to get the point across. That's better.
Hey, that's a good roll. 13 on the die.
Slate, you would have also done it. Do you want to try?
I'll try, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, it only gets better.
Also, between Juno and Slate, sort of
Gotta have the
ignoring
backup
Wolfram, Util sort of puts her head in one of her hands as she sort of sits, like, listening to you guys. She sort of leans up against your shop and is like, okay. I think I could probably at least replicate that. And you see her take out like a little book and start to like scribble in it a little bit. And she closes it up and it's like, all right, I'll mark it down to, let's say, you can tell she's really struggling with the idea of marking anything down. She gives a quick sigh and says, all right, I'll call it 21 gold. 4 off.
Huge.
You got yourself a deal. 21 gold. And we'll keep an eye out for more songs or other unique goods that we could send your way
Perfect.
if we were to meet again.
Yes, of course. A pleasure doing business. And please, if you guys need take time to rest here, it is getting quite dark. You can be here. Oh, yeah. In fact, you will need to stay here for at least a little bit. Your name? I don't think I caught it.
Oh, Slate.
Ah, Slate, yes. When you're ready, just come over here and get yourself situated. And you see her pull out a couple tools, and she sort of closes the box up back into chair form, and sort of motions you over to it.
Yeah, I mean, he would prepare his, I assume, arm for it? I don't know where.
Yeah, I mean, wherever you want it. This is a cool tattoo that you now have for your character, so...
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I'll get Hannah to change the art immediately.
Well, thankfully, you don't have full body art yet, so if it's just on your arm or something, then it's not even new. Cool.
Yeah. Do I have to, like, roll for anything to...
No,
for the
you wouldn't
tattoo?
have to roll. You're not the one doing it.
Oh, she has to roll?
No, she doesn't. I mean, I'm not gonna make her roll. You just bought this thing. It's fine.
She's a professional.
So I just drag it from equipment onto my sheet?
Yeah, mechanically, yes, you can just do that.
Ah,
yoink you over to the chair. And she rubs an ointment onto your arm that sort of makes it go numb as she starts to prick at it with a needle and a small bottle of sparkling dark blue ink. Puts the needle into it and pricks at your skin. And then after, it takes some amount of time to get this done. But at the end of it all, you look at your arm and you see a beautiful sort of lilac pattern with a small vine going up the stem as it sort of spreads up to your forearm is the front part, the larger part of your arm. My brain is empty. Yippee!
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Words escape me at this moment. But cool. With that, have you guys snagged everything from the shop that you want to snag?
Yeah.
I think we want to snag this again.
Oh yeah, the Psychopomp mask is really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
I
for
don't
it.
necessarily need to be the one with it, but I imagine one of us would really enjoy this.
I think it's cool. I don't know whether we'll find use in it.
I would imagine it would either go to Wolfram or Slate.
I think Wolfram likes the idea of the mask. I don't think he would mechanically. I don't think it's necessary for him, since he dies at dying 5 instead of 4 anyway.
Well, yeah, but if you're at dying 2 and then you crit fail, then it still triggers in your next thing. So you're guaranteed you don't die,
I
Do
think
we have battle medicine?
next level.
Next level.
Next level. I mean, I could just grab it and wear it, I guess. Fine. That way, if there's an emergency and you're not able to heal me with alchemical stuff.
it is just a kind of nice safety net.
It is.
Also, I think it's fitting that the Psychopomp mask is
Yes.
to you.
100% agree with that.
It's very important.
Cool. In which case, I will close up her shop. And after she finishes the tattoo and you get a chance to look it over, she promptly goes over to her food that she forgot about and starts eating, and sort of mouthful is like, yeah, so if you guys want to, like I said before, if you want to stay here, you may. It's pretty dangerous to be wandering around at night, but I can understand if you have places to be, things to do. And I will say, mechanically speaking, you guys have done 6 encounters out of 8 in this traveling period, since days, as you've been aware by now, are a little wonky. So it's up to you. I mean, you guys are still pretty full on stuff, so if you guys want to next session get those last 2 out of the way, then you are free to. But
I mean,
I'd be down
Might
to
as well-
stay with the good company.
might as well
Yeah.
get the shut-eye when we can. We don't know when it'll leave.
Yeah,
Cool.
we get a resolve pack and such.
cool.
Camp photo night.
So a couple scrolls and stuff in the stash if you want to take them late. I know they're divine, so you would be able to use them. And Wolfram will turn to what was her name? Util?
Util, yeah.
Util. So, do you know anything about time dilation?